Ciao Stefano, io non ti sento. Stai parlando o...
Ciao Alessandro, no, no, non stavo parlando, sto
Ah, ok.
preparando le slide. Dammi un minuto.
Vai, vai, tranquillo, tranquillo. Dopo.
All right, we are on top of the hour, 5 p.m. Central European Time. We are all about to start. Just give a minute or two to more people to join. And bring the chat on screen as well. There we go. So I can check for any questions. All right. All right, a few more people coming in. All right, we'll give it another minute and then we get started. The interesting thing is, all right, I don't have any other people in the wait room, so I guess we can get started. And then if anybody else join us, then I can let them in. Just double checking one more time. All right, good. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. If you have been in our first meetup last month, or otherwise, welcome for those of you who are joining us for the first time. My name is Stefano Tempesta. I'm CTO at Connecting Software, Microsoft Regional Director. I'm connecting from Melbourne in Australia, so we are in the deep night here, but I don't mind because I'm enjoying participating in a community event. We started this user group, virtual user group, at least for now, last month, with a friend and colleague of mine, Alessandro Graps, CEO of JULab, who is better located than me for this event, being based in Switzerland. The idea is to share experience around robotics, artificial intelligence. Last month, so the previous event, we focus on a few aspects related to getting started with artificial intelligence, specifically computer vision. And we have seen application of AI to image recognition, also using devices like Azure Kinect. And these, or smart helmet, this month, so for this session, we want to take it to smart city for a couple of reasons. First of all, we want to use technology in the context of, hold on a second, I'm meeting a few more people. Here we go. We want to use technology in the context of a practical application. So not just showing off devices, which is great, or some generic technology like we did with computer vision, which is great. We don't want to go and show you, yeah, this is machine learning. Okay, this is another piece of technology, and or promote any product. We are not associated with any organization or with Microsoft, Google, or anybody else. We are doing for the community and for sharing a few experiences. So, the idea is also to get your own experience and share it with us, with the community itself. It's really a round table. So I welcome the opportunity to have a very interactive session, ask questions. We are not the experts here to teach anything. We are facilitators to make this conversation happen. And if anybody of you who is attending today has something to share also in the next event, which are here on our meetup. So today we're doing Smart City. Next month, before we break for Christmas and New Year, so we'll do a little bit earlier in the month. We'll talk about IoT, but specifically the industrial IoT. And then we'll regroup again in January, February, speaking with a very practical application of technology like FarmBeat is the Farm 4.0, so the new evolved, modern, connected farms, remote assist, and there should be another one also, which I will open up and see. So at least that's the plan. And conversational AI, so all your Siri, Alexa, your chatbots in general. So, but again, focus on practical, tangible application. If you have experiences in this topic, or you want to suggest more topics to present, please feel free to get in touch. And we'll definitely give you the necessary space for this conversation. So, with no further hesitation, let me go and just very briefly tell you a little bit more of some of the experiences of mine before leaving also the word to Alessandro for his own use case. I experienced in Smart City, you can see a beautiful picture of Sydney Harbour. I said I'm based in Australia, where planning for a better city started a few years ago. And then he went into action in the middle of the pandemic lockdown, really months ago. Business probably slowed down a bit, but projects are going ahead. Initial concept that turn into a practical application. Building a city that is easier to commute, to have transportation, easier, greener to live, not just access to parks and Sydney. Many other cities in Australia are pretty good in that, with a lot of alternating between suburbs where people live, with parks, with areas that are preserved from buildings, but in general also with the possibility to have access to renewable energies for providing water or solar energy to everybody, to your home, and even the possibility to connect yourself to a grid and share the energy that you produce. Sharing, I mean, even selling, so being even profitable. So technologies that we will mention. So easier of transportation, especially Sydney, big city of about 6 million people, not obviously as chaotic as other large cities in Asia, but still, for the population of Australia, quite concentrated in terms of territory, and with a challenge of being a challenge and a beauty of being around the water, which yes, makes Sydney a beautiful city, but at the same time limit the possibility of transportation from one side or the other one of the harbor. So initiatives have been taken to make transportation nearly free of charge or completely free of charge for residents, and remove as much as possible the use of private transportation. So inviting people to stay home with their car and using free public transportation. I'm based in Melbourne rather than in Sydney. I follow this initiative from a distance, but also Melbourne has taken initiatives of providing free transportations in the city as a tram, electric trams with zero or nearly zero environmental impact. So good initiatives that are starting creating this concept of a more inclusive, greener society. And the trend that I've seen also in the last months is the concept of a smart city is no longer a urban aggregation, so where people actually live in a city as we know it with big buildings, but becoming more extended to the countryside. More and more people are going outside of the city because for many there has been an opportunity to work from home, forced to work from home given the circumstances, but this has created an opportunity for being more connected with tools like Zoom or Microsoft Teams to their colleagues and their workplace, and having the opportunity in some way to escape the chaos of a city, enjoying the countryside, more affordable housing, and the concept of a smart cities has extended from being a close aggregate of buildings to a larger, more connected environment. And this is why the focus on technology to make people's life better. Technology that is not just if you think of smart cities, you can think of cameras that take pictures of people and traffic, and then stream data to some central big brother that is making a lot of analysis of this data, and then doing some artificial intelligence or some machine learning algorithm for predicting what people will do and keep track of who goes where. Actually, the opposite. Yes, technologies like IoT cameras have been used, but not to track people, but actually to help identifying peak traffic conditions and improve public transportation and help people move in and out of the city in a better way. But also transportation that has been invested in allowing people to work remotely in a better way. So building 5G connections also outside of the city, and And yes, and enabling remote workers in as better possible that no local cities can offer. Now, the geography of Australia is such that there are big cities like Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, but they're quite far away from each other, sort of 8-9 hours of driving, an hour flight, and in between there is pretty much very little as in people living. So there is a lot of open space and aggregation around these big cities. And it is quite a diverse scenario rather than in Europe. And obviously Europe is more crowded and more concentrated. So this way, people that used to live in cities and commute to cities to work, they had an opportunity to start spreading around and creating a need for better infrastructure that doesn't exist yet. So big emphasis in building this sort of infrastructure to enable people to work remotely. I invite experiences and feedback also from Europe. So I've been away from Europe now for several years. So anything that you guys want to share in terms of what are the trends that are happening, more than welcome to have a conversation. Before we do so, I would like to take your attention for a couple of minutes on a little video that I want to share that is shaping the future of the smart city, a little animation that is giving us, that will give us some figures, just to understand what's the impact of technology has on our lives in the context of where we live and where we work.
By 2050, 70% of the world's population will be living in cities covering less than 2% of the Earth's surface. Never have cities been so challenged, and the trend continues to grow. This raises many issues: pollution, infrastructure access, traffic congestion, mobility, safety, and the health of residents are only a few examples. The development and combination of new technologies, such as the Internet of Things and artificial intelligence, offer a multifaceted solution: the smart city. Smart cities are hyper-connected cities, technologically equipped to improve the lives of their residents. In Mexico, some neighborhoods are still struggling to get permanent access to electricity. So the city installed sensors to analyze the use of electricity in various sectors, so as to optimize energy distribution across the grid. As a result, less frequent power cuts and better distributed energy. In the United Kingdom, the city of Bristol created the Data Dome, a public platform where information on traffic, air quality, noise, or even the city's governance can be shared. They want to grasp the city's pulse by exploiting this data and give local players, citizens, and entrepreneurs the means to build the smart city that truly suits their needs. At AXA, we want to provide our know-how to enable public authorities, businesses, and society as a whole to better anticipate the future, and thereby protect all actors living and creating the cities of tomorrow.
You see this quick animation just to give us a bit of ideas on what are the challenges of smart cities of the future. And there is a lot of that we can talk of technology here, and I will give a few pointers towards the end of the session on some initiative around IoT and greener technologies, renewable energies. But today I want to bring your attention to a specific use case around accessibility, around making cities more inclusive. Sometimes we underestimate the importance of this. We think, again, smart cities as technology, modern, advanced, which is correct in some way. But what all this technology seems like meant to increase profit of the richer and richer. And instead, I want just to take an opportunity today and in general in life to think about those that are less lucky than us and have disabilities that will prevent them from enjoying their life and their social life in the full potential. So I want to dream in some way that smart cities are inclusive in the sense that allow also people with disabilities, with different abilities, to be a part of this advancement in technology and in social livings, social being that we can experience as well. And there is a lot of this technology that can help. So I'll leave the ground now to Alessandro Graps for sharing an experience that he has done, and he will tell us everything about it, to allow people with some handicaps to work, live, enjoy a smarter way of living. Doesn't matter if they live in the city or in the countryside. What they do is that they use technology for being part of the society in a more inclusive way. Alessandro, over to you. And I'll stop sharing my screen and you should be able to start with your presentation. And tell us a little bit more about inclusiveness in digital world, please.
Oh, of course. Thank you very much, Stefano. And first of all, hello, everybody. My name is Alessandro Graps. I'm based in Lucerne, in Switzerland. Maybe we are a little bit near than Stefano. And I am CEO in Jurab. Small introduction about my company. Maybe it's a repetition, but yeah. I like to talk about my company also. We are an R&D company and we are specialized in different projects on digital transformation, industry, farming, and of course, smart city also. Today, I would like to talk about digital transformation in smart city. But when we talk about smart city, we always talk about energy, we talk about traffic, movement, we talk about building, sensor, comfortable, but we always missing to talk about people. That is the smart city ecosystem. When in presentation, people talk about smart city, there are always the same dimension: smart mobility, people, environment, living, governance, economy. Smart city is something that try to create a connection between these different dimensions. We are talking about a word, comfortable, because for me, what I think that when we talk about smart city, we have to talk about something is comfortable. And as I said, why we need the smart city? The world is changing. We can see now in current situation where we are working at home, in a remote, in home office. I am in my home. I cannot enter in my office because there are is in quarantine from last week, and I cannot enter my Italian offices. And we all world is changing, and we have to adapt also our lifestyle. We have to create a better quality of our life, and smart city, and also the city must change. Urbanization, we are, when we talk about smart city, we don't need to talk about only on metropolis, but we have also to talk about country. All people, all place need to have the same possibility. Demographics change, we are growing, and we have to always have the same level for lifestyle. For comfort, our comfortable zone don't need to change. As I said, the lifestyle is changing. Now we have we are living this changing, and the city must adapt. Climate is changing, and also we have to create different process to use water, for example, to consume energy. We need to have a different check and control about these processes. What is the main concept? What is the main actor inside the smart city? The main actor inside the smart city are IoT devices, cloud, and big data. These three main actors can create a connection with different dimensions and can help us to live in a better way. The concept of smart city is check, for example, air quality, monitoring noise, check traffic, manage parking, energy consuming, etc., etc. That's what we are doing and we are trying to do. But for me and for our company, smart city meaning also create a city for all, create a city for all people, try to give the same possibility, remove barricade, and create a right way for all. We are working in pro bono projects where with charity and association, where we try to create a smart wearable, use augmented reality. We use for example, the Tesla autopilot concept in wheelchair, and yeah, we tried a way to create a comfortable life zone. In our company, we have I would like to try to talk about our 3 pro bono projects. One is Vision, Mover, and Exploring. Vision and Mover are 2 systems for visually impaired, where people can walk, can move without assistance. Try to understand obstacle, try to move in the right direction. It's all cities connect, all is smart, is connecting traffic light, is connecting alarm inside the city, is connecting automatic door or lift, all is connecting, and people with disability can move without any issue. Another project is our smart wheelchair, where we try to create an independent wheelchair where people with augmented reality, with autopilot, with machine learning, can move and can follow the right route without any problem. That's our futuristic. We are working now, we are in progress. but I hope that one day all people can have the right opportunity. There are in the world there are 36 million people with a blind issue. For many people, need is frustrating to move, is need assistance, and it's difficult to go, for example, to buy something in the supermarket. We are trying to use augmented reality, smart glasses, electronic to give right, comfortable zoom and give assistance, automatical assistance, and try to move without any help from human or from other people. They are independent. What we are doing? We are working with electronic, first of all. Electronic meaning sensor, where we have ultrasonic sensor, accelerometer, voice recognition to understand what we have around us. We have also a camera that get images inside our world. The second part is a controller, a CPU, to manage all this information and to analyze and control these devices. The third is, the third part is related with alarms. We have buzzer, vibration monitor, GSM, GPS, to try to give a fast, quick reaction inside during our walking. That is our algorithmic. We have get information. We receive tracking information, coordination, imaging, alarm value, and our machine learning or artificial intelligence analyze and get in real-time information. That is our proof of concept. We use a Kinect as a deep camera. We use a headphone. We use ultrasonic sensor and CPU. Why we use camera and ultrasonic sensor? Because in this way, we can give and we can compare information that we receive. Camera give us a picture that what we have inside our space. Ultrasonic sensor give us the distance, the distance between people and obstacle. All these information are comparing inside our virtual machine. Sorry, inside our virtual artificial intelligence, and give in real time a alarm or information on mobile app or by headphone. Yeah, that is how can these coordinates are calculating. We use camera coordination. We use pixel coordination to understand where is the obstacle, and we get all this information, make mathematical calculation, artificial intelligence analyze all these calculation and give us the right direction that people needed to get. And we try also to use augmented reality. Augmented reality because we get the rendering of imaging, and we can compone this image in a different obstacle. That is multi-sensor algorithm. How can deep image and ultrasonic data are comparing and working together? Because we use this information to have the exact position for this for obstacle. We can think about a simple walk on the road where there are other people, where there are cars, where are traffic. We are to understand better the more safe route for person. It's a difficult, the main difficult that we found here was to get information in real time, because, for example, if we try to pass in middle of the road and there are a car, for example, there are different time where a position for the car. That was the most difficult obstacle that we found in our algorithm. And as I said, we use augmented reality rendering to compone the space and get information to understand the obstacle, understand what there are inside the room, for example, because there are big issues in indoor. Sometimes GPS doesn't work, and we cannot use coordination for GPS for that, but we are to use augmented reality rendering to compone this information. All is made with Unity. All this information is not for all one person, but is for all people, because we decided to insert and to storage this data in a cloud. In this way, all people that pass and use our system in a particular address can use the historical data to move and to teach, learn better the right route, etc., etc. Also, our device is learning the right way every time, every day, every use, and that's is important for us. Yeah, that is a small part. One of our project, pro bono project for our for smart city. We are trying to create something to help people to move, to help people to have the same opportunity for all. Yeah, that's all. Thank you very much. And yeah, if you have a question about technology, I am here to answer.
Thanks, Alessandro. Any questions from the community? Feel free to go in voice or to type in the chat.
I have a couple of questions to Alessandro. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Alessandro. Well, my understanding is basically you're building the complete ecosystem, don't you? So I mean, it's quite complex to my understanding. I understand where you're coming from. What are you trying to achieve here, and everything. But in regards to the processing of the information, artificial intelligence in the background, in the cloud, whatever, would it be a country specific, city specific, or would it be like one general cloud for the entire world where basically someone needs to feed information in it?
No,
because
it's we try to create a zone specific. We divide a city in a square and a different square, and we create a machine learning or artificial intelligence for a particular square, because every square has a different obstacle, has a different request. For example, if we are inside a supermarket here in a small supermarket here in my town, the obstacle and the direction and the movement and the analysis is totally different if I am inside, for example, in a mall in Dubai. And we decided to create, that is an hard job, and we are working in this way, but it's a pro bono project, and there are without money, it's difficult to do that. And we are creating different artificial intelligence for different situations. Our goal is create different artificial intelligence and that analyze different square in the city, in different city. And at the end, all these results will be analyzed from one big artificial intelligence to get the generic result.
So basically, it's not based on a predicted information input and a recognition. It's basically from the physical experience, so measurements, sensors, and then creating the environment after that.
Exactly, that is the first step. Our second step is when this small artificial intelligence give us a result, there will create a big artificial intelligence to use analyze this historical data.
And in regards to business case, unfortunately today in a modern world, everything is about the money. And how sustainable is your project? Because I assume it's going to be probably sponsored and paid by government. I mean, do you see any interest in them investing in
yes,
ecosystem?
I saw interesting about the country, but before we are working with local Amnesty International association. And with them, we decided to create our first prototype. With our investment are all my personal investment and my and investment from the association. And when we have a prototype, we decided to go in governance and present our prototype. It's most important to give to the governance, first of all, a prototype, and give independently to the governance, because we don't want to create something that it's maybe used all in one country or one continent. We wanted to create something that it's used in a different country, in a different situation.
It's quite astonishing, in my opinion. Because,
sorry, I don't understand.
It's quite astonishing, in my opinion, that the governments are really like investing in this. Because if you look, the percentage of the people actually having a problem with the blindness and
yeah, I know
movement, it's not very a lot of those people. Of course, they need all the assistance they can get. I'm not, but I mean, it's good. It's good that they're investing in this kind of direction.
Yes, and, I agree.
It can be used in many other things. I mean, there are a lot of elderly people that basically do not see well or don't understand. It could assist them in many other areas, and not only assisting blind people, particularly.
No, yeah, of course. We try to we focus on blind because for me, the field for blind, for me, it's very important because in my family, I have this situation. And, but for me, it's important to create all the situation. For example, also wheelchair is disability for not only for blind, but all people that cannot move. And for us, it's important to create a different device and different opportunity with the same technology.
Understood. All right.
All right, thanks for the contribution. Thanks for the conversation. Now, moving along, there is what I want to show you now is exactly a very specific application of this. So thank you, Alessandro, for sharing this experience. And
thank you to Stefano.
Yeah, so this technology has been applied to device and services, vision and voice services. And I want to touch a bit deeper into technology that is called virtual eye. So again, I have a little video to show how this technology has been used in real life, so you can see the potential. It touches a bit on the computer vision, the technology that we have identified, that you have described last month with object detection, face detection. So I'll show you how this has been used in action for real. And then we'll describe a little bit better how this technology works from the back end and how what you can do if you are a technologist, if you are a software engineer, to build such applications.
I'm Saqib Sheikh. I lost my sight when I was 7, and shortly after that I went to a school for the blind, and that's where I was introduced to talking computers, and that really opened up a whole new world of opportunities. I joined Microsoft 10 years ago as a software engineer. I love making things which improve people's lives. And one of the things I've always dreamt of since I was at university was this idea of something that could tell you at any moment what's going on around you.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
I teamed up with like-minded engineers to make an app which lets you know who and what is around you. It's based on top of the Microsoft Intelligence APIs, which makes it so much easier to make this kind of thing. The app runs on smartphones, but also on the Pivot Head smart glasses. When you're talking to a bigger group, sometimes you can talk and there's no response, and you think, is everyone listening really well, or are they half asleep? And you never know.
I see two faces, 40-year-old man with a beard looking surprised, 20-year-old woman looking happy.
The app can describe the general age and gender of the people around me and what their emotions are, which is incredible. One of the things that's most useful about the app is the ability to read out text.
Hello, good afternoon. Here's your menu.
Great, thank you. I can use the app on my phone to take a picture of the menu, and it's going to guide me on how to take that correct photo.
Move camera to the bottom right and away from the document.
And then it'll recognize the text. Read me the headings.
I see appetizers, salads, paninis, pizzas, pastas.
Hi. Years ago, this was science fiction. I never thought it would be something that you could actually do, but artificial intelligence is improving at an ever faster rate, and I'm really excited to see where we can take this. As engineers, we're always standing on the shoulders of giants, building on top of what went before. And in this case, we've taken years of research from Microsoft Research to pull this off.
I think it's a young girl throwing an orange frisbee in the park.
For me, it's about taking that far-off dream and building it one step at a time. I think this is just the beginning.
And you know, this is quite a fascinating technology that is really making an impact on people's life. So we touched on computer vision last month, saying that these are services hosted in the Azure cloud, specifically for identifying objects and describing what is inside an image. If you were to build such applications using devices like HoloLens, as Alessandro showed, or other smart glasses, what you will do is basically connect the edge, which is the holographic device, with these cloud services that can provide the AI capability as a service. So even if you're not a data scientist, you can still access these capabilities completely in the cloud. So face detection, you have seen the gentleman taking a picture, and then there were two persons and describing the face with identification of a gender, is a male or a female, identification of some trait of the face, whether they are smiling, even their emotions. So this is an API that you send an image and it detects where the face is and describe the face in a computer readable format. As you can see here, a JSON object that describes how the face looks like. And the other capability is voice synthesis. Over 45 languages, the possibility to turn text to voice, voice to text, support for multiple programming languages, possibility to do short text and longer text, real-time translation. So just want to share a few links here, some references to get started with cognitive services, face recognition, text-to-speech, if you are into devices, how to program the HoloLens. And I'll show you something in action very, very briefly, just to see how easy actually is to do such to use such technology. So I'm gonna go in here. This is a chatbot. It's built on the Microsoft Bot framework, and it can recognize language. What is particular about this chatbot is that it is inclusive, meaning that anybody can access it, and only people with visual impairment, because this chatbot can also talk.
Hi, I'm Clancy, a virtual agent. I can help you with questions about your study and more. So, what can I help you with today? Please choose one of the following options. Participate in research. Find a researcher. Find an expert.
And from here, this is a chatbot, so you can select one of the options, or you can type a message and have a natural language understanding, or you can even talk back to the bot. Participate in research. Okay, sorry. Participate in research. Come on, you can do better than that. Excellent. So it recognized my funny accent, and it got the correct option. I mean, this is super easy, okay? It's not particularly sophisticated, but just want to show you how you can build something like that in this case in C#. You start with this package here, Microsoft Cognitive Services Speech, and then you do something like this. Create an instance of the Azure Speech Service and recognize language from a microphone, but you can also recognize from an audio file. And then just one line of code to say recognize once, or you can have a recognize continuous. So recognize once, take the audio that has been input from the microphone and recognize the speech, or otherwise you can do a continuous recognition and use it for real-time communication, which can also be used for translation. There is a bit of a latency between the translation and or the recognition, but it's quite accurate. And then the other way around, so you can speak it. So again, speak output to the default speaker, or you can speak to an audio file, so it will save as a WAV or MP3. Then create an instance of the synthesizer, and then define the voice. You can see in this case I'm using man, William, so voices are named after people, and with a specific accent, Australian English, and then just speak this SSML, which is the speech synthesis markup language. Now I have hard coded this just for the sake of making quick. Is an XML type that where you can define the voice, the speed, the pitch, introduce pauses, tone of voice. So you describe how to speak basically using an XML type of language. But this is probably the only complexity of building this sort of voice synthesis. As you can see, in a few lines of code, you have your machines talking basically. Now that's it. Just wanted to share this very quickly. And I mentioned inclusiveness because this is one of the core principles of building responsible AI. Microsoft specifically, because my experience is on this technology stack, is kind of keen on building AI applications that are responsible. So you have, if as a data engineer, as an AI engineer, you're building AI power applications, you want to make sure that they treat people with fairness, they are reliable, they respect your privacy, and also have this aspect of inclusiveness. So technology that can be used by everybody. I didn't mean to do that. That can be used by everybody. That's it. That's basically a wrap for today. Any other questions before we close? So we touched on smart cities, but then we went into inclusiveness technology to make our lives a little bit better, and the life of those with visual impairment a little bit better. Smart city is such a broad concept or aspect of technologies that can be touched. If you're interested to hearing more about smart city technology, there is a free workshop that I'm facilitating on the 2nd of December, where we have big organization like Siemens, Enel, Microsoft, Julab itself sharing their experiences. Is in the morning, 10 a.m. Central European Time. We focus on renewable energies. We focus on technologies like digital twins, which is a technology for simulating the layout of smart cities before actually entering into building, to create the conditions for better cities before embarking into actual projects. Again, it's a small, is a short conversation. Doesn't mean to be inclusive of everything that can be done around smart cities, but we are starting this journey around describing more and more technologies in smart cities, in renewable energies, and in creating, a society that is more inclusive, greener, also safer. So we look into aspect of security and safety in the future as well. So this is another workshop organized by the G20Y Association. I'm a member of it. It's a business networking association. Registration is completely free. There is really not a website for registration. Either get in touch with me, drop me an email. I'll put my email in the chat, or to the email address that you see on screen. So either write me here, okay, or directly to the G20 Association, which is g20ys.org. And yes, this workshop is on the 2nd of December. That's it. Thank you very much, everybody. And then if you still like to stay with us, we'll see you on the 10th of December, progressing our conversation around robotics with the industrial Internet of Things. Any last thought, any last comments before we close for today? Oh, good. So just on top of the hour, couldn't be more precise than that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.